Namaskar ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and we are meeting after so long time. And yes, the today's content is the long-term ownership review of the Suzuki Gixxer SF 250. So I got multiple comments on my YouTube channel as well as on Insta handle that please share the long-term ownership review of about your Gixxer SF 250. So basically I'm owning this bike from now around 1 year and 1 month. So I thought this would be the ideal time to make this video. So what I'll do, I won't be comparing this bike basically with other bikes. I'll just share my experience on how this bike is, what are the plus points of these bikes, as well as what I thought could be a better. First plus point I would like to mention about this bike is the handling of this bike. The handling and the weight distribution of the bike is at another level. So basically this I guess weighs around 160 to 170 kgs, but while riding it you won't feel this weight, and it is nimble. Either you're riding in traffic or you're cornering on the curvy road. So basically the handling of this bike is at next level. So as I mentioned, the handling is at a good side of this bike. So suspension contributes in at much better level. So suspension on this bike is also much better. Like trust me, it will soak the bumps very nicely. So suspension is also at good side. So talking about the engine, it is a 250cc oil cooled engine, single cylinder, and which produces around 26 point something bhp power and around 22 newton meters of torque, which I think it's a pretty well. Like if you're riding a single or with pillion, the engine won't disappoint you in terms of power. Okay, talking about the engine is much refined now. Many of people like who is owning or who just bought this bike might feel that the engine would perform at rough, like not at rough level, but so you need to clock more and more kilometers on the bike. So basically it will get smoother. In my case it was the same, like for initial 2 or 3,000 kilometers it was riding very rough. Once I completed first, second, third servicing and I clocked around 5k kilometers, after that bike got much smoother. So engine is very smoother and calm engine. So power delivery is also good. Bike is aggressive if you're riding with pillion or you're going single. So the engine won't disappoint you in terms of power. Next to the power, you might feel like how much mileage it will give. Now it's basically depending on your riding style that how much it will fetch the mileage. It's basically depending on your riding style. So for me, in city traffics, it is giving around 30 to 32 kilometers per liter, and on the longer routes or highway it is fetching around 40 plus kilometers per liter. So mileage is also on good side, like it's basically depending on your riding style. So the new owners of the Gixxer might cover a point like the gear shifting on this bike is on harder side. That is true. As I said, you need to clock certain amount of kilometers, like you need to ride bike for more than 5,000 kilometers. As in my case, after I crossed 5,000 kilometers, the gear shifting also got smoother, and specifically during the third or fourth servicing, I think third servicing, I mentioned to the service guys that the gear shifting is on harder side. So I don't know what they did, but the gear shifting after that got more smoother or better than the previous. But yes, the gear shifting you might feel on harder side on this bike. It's basically for touring purpose, because if you can see, the sitting posture on this bike is good for the touring. Like though it is lean forward, but your seat pegs are not rear set, so those are basically a little bit front set. So you won't tired on this. But if you want to do a track things on this bike, then I think the foot pegs should be a little bit rear set. So I don't know, you need to do some jugaad to get the rear set foot pegs, because I searched and I didn't found like aftermarket accessories for this one. So yes, the bike is basically good for long touring, like its suspension, its power delivery, and all is good for touring, long touring. Okay, now the important point of the bike, the brakes. So even though your bike have 200 plus bhp, that doesn't make sense if you don't have the good brakes for that bike. So in our case, for the Gixxer, the brakes are good, like they are on better side once you're riding it single. But you are with the pill, and then rear brake you might feel little bit faded at sometimes, but overall the brakes are good. Now talking about the rear view mirrors, those will give you ample amount of rear view. So mirrors are set very at a very good position. Next thing, your digital console. So digital console will provide you very much details of your bike, like gear shifting is there, then here your oil change indicator will be there. Here you have clock, fuel meter, your rpm range, then here you find your total odometer, like odometer, your trip 1, trip 2, then your battery voltage of the bike, all this thing. Then here are the indicators: neutral, high beam, low beam. Here your ABS sensor, right, and here is your gear shift indicator light. So I have made a video about the gear shift indicator. You can find it in the list, or I'll put it in here cards. Now the points that I think which should have improved in this bike, which are not, I can say, the faults, but the first thing, your visor. So the visor could have been better, like it's not providing much wind protection while riding at a high speeds. Second thing, better, because this don't provide you the much wind protection, so there's chance to improve. Then after that, after the visor, yeah, you can find the aftermarket visors, like one of my friend had bought it around for 1000, the Soham. So what I'll do, once I purchase it, I'll give the review of that, as he said that it is good for wind protection. I'll try it once, then I'll post a review of it. Okay. Now okay, after that, second thing which could be improved, that the Suzuki should have given more aftermarket accessories for this bike, which I don't see. That there are very less accessories provided by them. So Suzuki should have noticed it, or they should provide the more accessories for this bike. Also, like your standard tools, like simple this thing, if you want to loosen up your rear view mirror, the standard what I can say, spanners won't work here. So I checked with the service guys, that they said that they have custom made, I don't know, spanners for that thing. So it is basically difficult to loosen or tighten the rear view mirrors. So this is example that Suzuki should consider providing such things. Apart from that, what I can say to Suzuki, that they should improve their after sales service, or I can say service centers, because I found they are good at servicing. They have decent amount of knowledge, but at some point I thought that, yeah, they are lacking in somewhere, so they should be improved. Now the simple example I need to tell you, that how the service guys are goofing up. Like this is the 250cc bike, and now they simply don't know at how much kilometers this bike should be serviced. Like in the user manual or the service book, it is given, like specifically it is given it should be serviced after 5000 kilometers or 6 months. And now the service people are telling me, or they called me twice after 3 months. They are saying that 3 months or 3000 kilometers your bike should get serviced. The manufacturer is giving the 5000 kilometers or 6 months, and they are saying, oh, you should get it serviced within 3 months or 3000 kilometers, which I think it was for 150cc bikes. But after telling a couple of times this is a 250cc bike, they were insisting the same. So this should be improved. I'm not generalizing the thing. This case might be with the service center I visited, so other might be good, but yeah, that was the issue or experience I had. So those were the all plus points I experienced during my 1 year of ownership with this bike, and which is, I think, bike is a good package. Like in this price, you won't find better bike than this. Yeah, I'm not comparing the bike, but what I'm saying is my experience. Like it's perfectly balanced bike. You can take it for touring, you can use it for daily purpose. Like in my experience, initially I was using it twice or thrice a week, but now this is my daily ride for everything. So on and on, bike is very much good. So on and on, I have a very positive experience with this bike. As a product, this is very good. I'll recommend it. And negative side, I didn't find any negative points in this bike because there are none or very less, like windshield. But yes, like you're not doing everyday track or higher speeds, then it's good. It won't bother you much. So that was all from today's video, guys. Like you can always comment down below in the video, like what all the things I have missed or what should I have covered. I'll try to cover those things in next videos. So do comment down below what you think I should improve or include in the video. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll leave handlebar somewhere here or in the description. Let's meet in another video. Till then, bye bye, take care.